This is Matthew Brenner on Tuesday, December 20th, 2016. What follows is Gerald Celente on the Alex Jones Show, the second hour, where he discusses some interesting facts about the 2016 election between Donald Trump and Hillary Clinton. Pay attention to the facts.
Gerald Celente is one of the top trends forecasters in the world, best-selling author, one of my favorite guys to interview. I know one of the audience's favorite guests. I appreciate him coming on short notice today. I just wanted to get him to respond to all this. Trendsresearch.com. Gerald, I got to say you look very, very sharp today. You always look sharp, but I really like that style you're kicking today, my friend. Where would you like to begin? I mean, what we're seeing with Trump being seated, if they're this desperate, where are they going? The ambassadorship, the latest jihad attack?
Here's what I like to start. I like to start with Bill Clinton yesterday. Trump knows how to get angry white men to vote for him. I guess maybe he said that, you know, Bill Clinton smoked, but he didn't inhale. Maybe he inhaled. Because this is from the Trends Journal, the current issue, when we reviewed the election. Trump received about the same number of white male votes as did Mitt Romney in 2012. So, Bill, that's why you got the name Slick Willie, because you and the rest of the prostitute media are putting out this lie. Here are the facts. They're all outlined in the Trends Journal, which you have. Remember, Trump got the same amount of white male voters as did Mitt Romney in 2012. We go on to say, despite Hillary Clinton playing the first woman to be elected president gender card, she received 2 million fewer votes from women than Obama did in 2012. I'm mentioning this, Alex, because everybody's playing that stupid.
Sure, the facts are the very same people that elected Obama elected Trump. They want change. They want a good economy. They don't want World War III.
You got it. So, but they're sending the propaganda that the Russians did it because maybe, you know, it wasn't the Russians, because if the Russians only had Clinton, how come the Democrats got creamed in the House, lost the Senate, lost the state houses across the country?
Biggest state loss ever. 900 state seats lost.
Right. Had nothing to do with the Russians. It had to do with the traitor-in-chief, the guy that went around and campaigned.
Wait a minute. I burned my toast this morning, and the dog ate my homework back in 5th grade. You're saying that wasn't the Ruskies?
Again, it was the traitor-in-chief, Obama, who lied his way into the office, campaigned more than any other sitting president in modern history for Clinton, going around the country with that arrogant attitude about, hey, folks, you want to keep my legacy alive? This is what they said to his legacy at the Senate, in the House, and all the legislatures. It had, again, those are the facts. So the people want to talk the Russian crap, and they want to talk about white male votes. Just got rid of that one. Because here's another number. Remember, 2 million women fewer voters than Obama in 2012. More importantly, just 30% of eligible women cast their ballots for Clinton, compared to 47% who did not vote. Nothing to do with the Russians, and she's played the gender card, and the women said, because you saw the polls, 60% of the people that went to the polls thought that Clinton was untrustworthy and dishonest.
And by the way, let's go further, because I know you're going off their own mainline polls. They've been proven to add 7, 9, 12, 14, 15, on average about 9 points more for Hillary in all these polls, not just popularity polls, not just voting polls, but all these indexes. They've also been caught currently trying to hold down Trump's polls, even though they're actually rising. So the truth is, wasn't this a total repudiation of the mainstream media's credibility, which AP admits was at 6% pre-election, might even be negative now?
It might be. Here, again, these are the facts, because everybody's glossing over it, and they give Slick Willie Clinton all this coverage.
Sure. So how do we counter the claim that it's a white lash Another attempt to race bait. What do we do?
Right. But again, well, you keep doing what we're doing. But again, here's the race bait card. You ready for this one? 2 million, some 2 million black voters who cast ballots for Obama in 2012, they didn't cast ballots for Clinton. So it has nothing to do with the Russians. It has to do with who they are. So what do? What we do is we have to keep calling out the fake media, because as soon as Trump got elected, the first day in USA Today, how could a sitting president who has 74 lawsuits against him go into the White House, or words to that effect? This was the coverage after Obama won. Look at the coverage.
And for radio listeners, it's the New Yorker with, because most of our audience is radio, we got to remind folks of that. It's Obama as George Washington. It's all positive. Obama's loving. He's good. He's an angel. And now the coverage is Trump's a demon.
That's it. Look at the hypocrisy of the media. I think maybe Obama's going to play Hamilton, huh? Yeah, he could probably pull that off. Got the wig. Yeah.
But wait, Gerald, I've got this super secret photo the CIA released to Obama. We're now releasing it. It's on screen for TV viewers, Infowars.com/show. Democrats got this secret photo of a room full of Russian hackers the day before the election. It's actually 50,000 Trump supporters filling a 50,000-person stadium. But that was all Russian hackers, Gerald.
So there you have it. Basically, I think the statistics Gerald Celente gave illustrate that there just wasn't the enthusiasm for Hillary Clinton. It wasn't Russian hacking. I mean, there could have been some fake news articles spread out there, but they most certainly weren't delivered by the likes of the mainstream so-called alt-right sites. There might have been a few sites that really didn't have some credibility out there where there was fake information. I mean, it would be disingenuous to say there was zero fake news. But what the mainstream media has sought to do is to lump everything together. You know, the sites Drudge links to, Breitbart, Infowars, anything like that. Just link it all together. I mean, the fact is there just wasn't the enthusiasm for Hillary Clinton. You know, people did not view her as trustworthy, as an honest person, as a fair player. And the WikiLeaks were not doctored. Assange wouldn't forfeit his credibility like that. He's been at the game for 10 years. And nobody else claimed that the tranches of dumps WikiLeaks made on them were altered. And it really gave you some insight into the way that Hillary Clinton and her associates thought about their so-called constituents. They just came across, you know, after reading hundreds of these emails personally, I took it as though they were really a bunch of nasty people. These people that supposedly care about, you know, the downtrodden, the LGBT, minorities, all of that. I don't think they really do. They just care about money and political power. That's all it comes down to. They don't care about making America a better place. Now, Trump's motives, I mean, does the man have an ego? Absolutely. Does he think he's going to do all these great things? Probably. Now, is he hamstrung to the extent that Congress controls the purse strings and has to pass the legislation before it ends up on his desk? Oh, you betcha. So, now that the Electoral College has finalized things, he will be sworn in on the 20th of January, exactly a month out. And let's see what he does. And I intend to be a critic when he does something I feel is unjust or unfair or ridiculous. But I also intend to laud him with praise when I think he does well. I am nonpartisan like that. You know, I have criticized Obama when I feel as though, or felt as though Obama's done wrong. And I was a critic of George W. Bush. But I'm willing to give Donald Trump a chance. And I would hope other Americans would be open-minded and do the same. So we'll see what happens. But I thought Gerald Celente made some interesting points that I wanted to share with you. This is Matthew Brenner. Feel free to like and share this video. I hope you enjoyed.